Hey, I'm alive. Hey, what's up guys? James here. Back again with some Arknights. Gonna be going through some more story again. So, I'm not on Discord chat again, but let me just get my base stuff done. And then we'll jump right in. Last time we left off, oh boy. Last time we left off,
Yeah. Can't
remember her name, but main character's aide died, I think it was. Let's read the summary. Spice rallies the workers to rescue Catherine with the help of the Doctor and Ascalon. Eh? そんだけ? That's it! Sanguinary Vampires burns Cumberland Manor to the ground and executes many nobles. Catherine faces the sarcastic mercenaries in order to protect the elders in the factory. Yeah, that's it. Let's go. Before the flames of war catch alight, tranquility brings its own terror. The temptation to click skip. I almost hit skip. Guard this place. Watch your formation. Keep an eye on her movements. You know who it is we're facing. Don't be like those stupid mercs. Here she comes. Watch her hands. Why are the Confessarius after Shining? Because I thought Shining was part of the Confessarius. Although I guess she would have left if she's with us, right? She could draw her sword at any... Watch the lights and shadows. Don't try to follow the sword. The sarcasm with white horns silently carries her sword in her arms. Wordlessly, she keeps moving forward. The guards instinctively step back. Hold your ground! She stops. Under the gaze of the guards, she raises her left hand and takes out a small piece of paper from within her tattered robe. I came as appointed, as he wished. No need to be on guard. Which way to Riverbank Street? Shining! What are you doing standing there? Get out of the way! I told you we had a family meeting today. I don't know what kind of voice to put it to her. Understood. What took you so long, Shining? I've been waiting. Salus. It's not time yet. No, it's not. The leader won't be angry. Come in, dinner's ready. Look at you. Have you not had anything decent to eat since you left Londinium? I've talked to the leader. Tonight's menu is being prepared to Royal Victorian Academy of Science banquet standards. Hey, Yellow Tato, what's up? We're just reading story right now. Oh, Shining. How long has it been since the old days, where we used to chat at the dinner table? Tell me what you've seen and heard. You can listen to my cringe, my cringe reading. Here, Shining's back. Welcome. Sit. This is your place. We just came to Londinium then. It was a long time ago. No cringe. Oh god. It has been empty ever since you killed those poor souls and fled with the test subject. That betrayal chilled the clan to the bone. But I don't blame you. Sit. I can't wait. I've hardly had a good meal lately, staying all night in the labs. She pulls a chair and sits by the right-hand side of the white-horned Confessarius leader. He stops speaking and sits with his eyes half closed. A moment later, Shining puts down her sword and walks towards the only chair that is empty by the long table. Talk about your experiments, Celis. Work at the dinner table? Alright, alright. There isn't much to talk about. I'm doing my best to extract emotions from memories, but the voices of the dead don't linger long on my fingertips. I've gotten some results, but only fragments. I'm running into a bottleneck. The information is like branches cut from the tree. You can reconstruct the shape of a tree, but a tree can't survive without its roots, much less growing new sprouts. I can't capture voices from further before, never mind bringing them back to the present. Like time, life only goes in one direction. A description of its nature must necessarily be abstract and literary. Even the originating arts of Yu and Shining can only capture an instant. The King of Sarkaz is the exception. That knowledge and the technique are like a waterfall, yet we can never find its source or draw fresh water from it. My research has stalled since Shining's experiments stopped. What about you, leader? Is the Regent planning something big? You've been spending most of your time at West Haleg or the Shard. You hardly come to my lab anymore. The Regent's plan is at a crucial stage. I'm not sure I understand. From Kazdal to Kazdal, the Confessary's service to those in power has always been one of pure mutual gain. You've been so close to the Regent that people on the outside are beginning to think the Confessarius is the Regent's lieutenant. Since when have we cared, Celis? This is hardly the first time they've misunderstood the Confessary. What's different about Teresa's? I would not recommend saying that name within earshot of General Manfred. That's why I'm doing it in front of family. Like his predecessor, he came from no royal court, and his bloodline is far less pure than yours or Shining's. None of their ancestors have ever caught the Confessary's attention. They've never gathered memories from their bloodlines. Even if the King of Sarkaz chose a sister, it does not mean that her brother. Just as I've told you, Celis. Power comes from blood. Blood inherits memory. Memory accumulates sin. Sin forms shackles. Only those bound by history can truly unshackle power. Alright, alright. May the glory of old return to the land under the majestic guidance. No, Celis. Succeed or fail, the Regent will make an impact on the Sarkaz. This is what is most frequently ignored. By the way, the test subject you took, what's her name again? Lisa? Liz? How's she doing? Liz is doing fine. Is neuropathy taking its toll on her? She is unusual. Even if Dame Kelsey is at that medical institution you found, they may not be able to truly help her. It's good that she's back in Londinium. Your lab's still here with everything. You can bring her back anytime. Is the food not to your taste, my dear sister? It's been such a long time. It's been such a long time since you've been home. Speak up. It's really confusing. If this is about Liz, I apologize. But you know Liz is not your average infected. Who is responsible for her suffering and consciousness? Who is responsible for her pain and memories? Can you continue to get along after she remembers all that? She's not family. You have to. She's my family. Oh. But she's going to become an empty shell if you don't come back to us. Don't forget why she was built that way. If you really care for her, I hope the end won't be too painful. Come back. I'm sure you understand. You understand. That's why you answered my invitation, isn't it? From Originium to the truth of the King of Sarkaz, I reached a clearer conclusion. She's simply an old cage. We could build a new one if we had to. Enough. I've never seen you really angry, even when you hurt your own colleagues and took the girl. I guess I don't need to ask what you went through all these years. What I can see is that you see outsiders as more important than family. Stelis empties her cup, which contained only water. There was no wine. She does not like drinking, especially at work. Her shadow sways under the light. This was not supposed to be a work day. You're not my family. Haven't I made that clear enough? You have one. But you have. Shining does not look at the untouched food, or the other two commissary by her side. She simply stands up, holding her sword in her arms. I've asked the men watching Liz to leave. There's no need to send me any more invitations. Family. The next time we meet, I expect it will be in battle. Asked them to leave. Shiny, you really think you're going to just leave like this? There's nothing left for us to talk about. What if I said I don't want you to leave? You can't stop me. I think I can make you stay and chat for a little longer. Alright? The leader of the commissary silently sips his wine. Shining can feel Stella's activator arts. She could leave by pulling a sword, but what would happen after then? Will that really help her save Liz? Shining. Leader, I wasn't really about to use force against Shining. Why'd you stop me? I've allowed you to act on your own. I've allowed you to be absent from my side. But do not interfere with the Regent's plans. Do not hinder the Sarkaz path to our long-awaited future. Shining, my sister. No one can truly break free from her bloodline, no matter how much she might detest it, how much she might desire to break those shackles. It is meaningless to try to deny the gift of blood. I thought you already knew. Not everything will go according to your plan. Father. Oh. She's the daughter of the commissary. Oh, okay. Also, what's up, Ivan? Your Highness. What did I do for his voice again? My, Leto. Why such a frown on your face? Is the wine not good enough for you? Or is the flavor of the food too light? Good wine shall be paired with the futile resistance of the weak against fate, and the arrogance of heroes who drown in prophecy. Even I am amazed at how they write their own stories for their own entertainment. Unfortunately, our Victorian friends are too reliant on fiction. We've seen better stuff, have we not, Leto? I just saw you feed a nobleman's wife and children to your troops. I support the vetting of potential insurgents, but... His voice dies in his throat. It is as though all the blood in his body has been forced to the esophagus. He falls to his knees and opens his mouth in desperation, but cannot find any air. A blood mist comes over his vision. He sees the vampire still sitting in his place, elegant and calm, not even bothering to look at him. Lieutenant Colonel! Form up! Protect the commander! You'll fight me here. That's not what the taste of your blood tells me. Here, worry. They're screaming for you to back off, to run away. Hold the line! The lips of the soldiers are as pale as their faces. They hold their weapons with trembling hands, sabers, bows, what Victoria has made for them. They are the finest soldiers, unafraid of the stealthy of Ursus, the arts of Lithanian, or the broadside guns of Columbia. But they are afraid of the Sarkaz sitting before them. Put down your weapons. Stand down. Lieutenant Colonel. Is an order. Yes, sir. The soldiers back off in an orderly manner. It took all of Leto's strength to give the order. He stops resisting and accepts the internal darkness that the Sarkaz has prepared for him. Then, he hears the silky voice again. Leto. I thought we were friends. Friends should trust each other, shouldn't they? I think I've been kind, overlooking those little extracurricular activities of you and your men. Deals under the table, black markets in the alleys. I've turned a blind eye to them because I don't think greed and desire should be punished. But I expect the same trust in return. Many Gaulish nobles keep foul beasts as pets, building jeweled cages for the adorable things, lying them down on soft and delicate cushions. All the foul beasts need to do is squawk, and they'll be served the finest food. When the foul beasts are in a bad mood and peck their masters, their master eagerly tells people of the intelligence and personality of the foul beasts. But do you think their foul beasts have tamed their masters? Air returns to Leto's lungs. It takes him some time to stand again, his limbs still trembling, but he does his best to keep that trembling out of his voice. Thank you for your mercy, Your Highness. March! March! Stay in line! I don't remember what voice I did for Hodor. I heard you were looking for me. How are your injuries? Same as ever. Won't interfere with the mission. Good. I just got a message. Here. Let me see. Lost contact with the mercs sent to Highbury? They should have been in communication an hour ago. The military commission is dissatisfied with the recent performance of the mercenaries. Soldiers must pay attention to a greater battlefield. The Regent and I had high hopes for the mercenaries. I'll find out what happened to them. No need. I've made arrangements. There's a possibility that they ran into an old acquaintance of yours. Who could be concerned about the Sarkaz supply lines as we ourselves? Let me guess. Doctor and Ascalon. Are they investigating the Highbury munitions factories? Or are they already preparing to attack other hubs with information about the supply lines? Tend to your injuries. Injuries, mercenary. Mixed up 2 words. You don't need any more wounds before I find your old friends, one by one.
Doctor, you're here. Did you get the intel from the factory?
Half of the puzzle.
Not bad. I was thinking what I would have to do to extract you and Feist if something went wrong.
I've got Ascalon to thank.
Can I ask you another favor, Ascalon?
Can you reach W?
She operates on her own devices.
Sarkaz mercenary who wouldn't hurt the worker. She may need help. W will know. Pleasure, DDC.
Doctor!
You turn around at the voice. You see a familiar sight coming towards you.
We're here.
Amiya. Good work.
Yes, same here. But you suggested that we split up for a few days ago. I knew it was the right call, but at least we came back together. It's alright. I'm so happy about that.
Oh, that's your work, pleasure.
Don't worry. I'm pretty well prepared over here. I don't know if the defenses share the same weaknesses across London, but there must be common characteristics to the framework. I've updated the drone's intrusion program based on intel from Misery and Horn, as well as the data taken from the artillery control room. Get the drone close to the core of the Defense Force's command tower. I can break into the system and access traffic records for the past 10 days within 30 minutes.
Quicker the better.
Yeah, tomorrow will be a hard day. We've been probing the responses of the Sarkaz army within Londinium in the last few days. We expect Manfred and the Vampire to show up quickly. Ascalon, Logos and I will do our best to delay them. However,
we can't give Teresa's time to react.
The Sarkaz of the Royal Court could appear at any time. Yes, Doctor. Dr. Kelsey is helping us delay the Nasser and Lich, but there's only so much time she can buy.
We can't handle multiple members of the Royal Court at once. Watch the signal and be ready to pull out at a moment's notice.
Understood. Rhodes Island and the Self-Salvation Corps are ready.
Aladale, the mercenaries are looking for you.
Sorry, I was distracted.
What did you say? Oh, I'm the one who should apologize.
Maybe we could have saved Elishi together, if I wasn't so anxious to leave.
I know she's important to you.
She's my only family.
House Cumberland is no more. One woman does not make a family, eh?
Maybe it was something that should have happened a long time ago, delayed until today.
Don't say that, Aladale. That vampire will be made to pay, I promise.
The steam armor was lost in the fire.
Maybe that's for the better.
That way I won't have to see it anymore.
Vina,
can you take me to the Glassglow gang? I can pretend nothing ever happened.
I carry nothing on my shoulders. I'll just be your brain trust.
Sorry, I forgot you had Morgan.
I'll just be a thug then. We'll bomb the Sarkaz camp together. You light a fire, I'll kick the commander's ass once there's smoke.
I'm joking.
I know. My path is long determined, Mina.
Why do you say that?
You're still with us. The Glasgow gang has more stories to write.
So,
the answer is yes. I'll make sure you come back unharmed after kicking that commander's ass. That's my promise.
I see.
Thanks. Let's leave the jokes at that. I would begin to believe them if this went on. Right, I've got to go. Totter and the mercenaries are waiting for me. We need to double check our route. Get ready, Vina. The size of kings is before us. Would you have said yes if she truly invited you to leave? Clavicio?
There was a Londinium at all. Few were able to escape their shadow. But you did. You escaped the palace and escaped Londinium. Perhaps Aladale envies you because of that. She has forced herself to carry the Cumberland name for 20 years. But you're different. You thought about leaving your name behind, didn't you?
I can't deny that. But I'm here now, regardless of what I thought. Victoria is on the brink right now, and I must fight for her.
Victoria.
Kings, nobles, merchants, soldiers, workers.
People often use the word Victoria to justify their actions. It has done nothing to quell the endless conflict over the centuries. Who defines what Victoria is? Is it the 16 nomad cities and the land around them? The 40 million people that live within, or the monarch who rules them?
Your Highness Alexandrina, Vina, Victoria.
Why have you come back? And you say you come back for Victoria?
The noble mansions have been burned to the ground. Wonder how many survivors there are. The Sarkaz are planning something big, and the defense forces aren't trying to hide it anymore.
This strait may never be the same again.
Goldie knows that the visit from the commander means her identity is no longer a secret. She wanders the street aimlessly, filled with a deep feeling of hopelessness. Perhaps it was always futile for humans to fight the tide. Adam's bookstore is open, but the familiar warm, yellow light is absent. Golding has a bad feeling. The bookstore is empty, but the smell of blood fills every corner, so thick it might as well have taken physical form. Golding realizes that the ground is sticky. Not just the ground, the counter, the cashier, the books on the shelves, and the teapot that Adams always has by his side. Everything has been painted a shade of light red. Blood. The nausea that has been bothering Golding for days explodes uncontrollably. She runs out into the streets and begins to vomit. Are you okay? Molly. You don't look well. Here, take my shoulder. We still have time, Lady Golding. Your part is not over yet. Don't forget, he's an imposter. You said that education was your strength, didn't you? My strength. Let's go back. We've persevered for so long. We'll see this to the end. Counting on you. Don't worry. We've got our new friends to the base. We'll get our new friends to the base safely. You're not coming with us? I have another mission. Your grandson is a pretty big deal in the Corps, after all. Real big deals don't usually boast about it. I'm gonna have to return this, Granny. Your badge. I'm not a worker anymore. I shouldn't be wearing this outside. Being smart is enough to fool death. Those who are gone will never come back, and the wounds left behind do not necessarily fade with time. But I don't want to spend night after night in regret, staring at machines with no one to use them. Because I will go into each and every night. I will carry the torch left behind by those who are gone and keep walking. Until the cold is driven out, and the path ahead is no longer dark. And even then I'll keep walking. Not for some ethereal hope. Not because I'm still waiting for someone to make a stand for us. He said it, that we built Londinium with our own hands. Even if the city is reduced to rubble tomorrow, we'll start rebuilding it the day after. Vice says all that in one breath. His words are met with silence, but he finds that the silence no longer makes him anxious. A thought comes to mind as he gazes upon his grandmother, standing by the production line. When did her hair turn so white? Go, if your mind's made up. Let me see. Bye, Granny. Feist. Feist glimpses a small card flying towards him from the corner of his eye. It is the badge that he just returned. He smiles. I'll be back, Granny. With victory. I know you'll be proud of me, so there's no need to say it. What I really want you to know is, I'll be proud of this factory, no matter where I go in the future. And you too. So I've thought about the question you asked. The things that disappointed you so much, the betrayal, the suspicions, people who just can't work together. I know we'll have to face them again. But if knowing that means we'll have to abandon our trust in others, then we won't survive this war. We have to face it sooner or later, win or lose. One more thing. I've never seen inside the suit of a Steam Knight, but I always remember the silhouette hammering away at the production line. You've always been my hero, and you always will be. Bye. For real. Before this gets too awkward. The production line keeps running, as though nothing has ever changed. Rad. Feist hears a familiar sigh from deep inside the factory. He waves without looking back, and walks into the sunlight outside. Ah. 3 lanes to block. Okay. Probably gonna have those flying things and that toxic cloud again. That's gonna be kind of annoying. How do I deal with it? Wait. Hard mode. Elidor's guard forms an AoE shield around for allies. Yes, some enemies will differ. And the seed of withering have increased attack range. Oh, there's those stupid trees again. Of course, the trees are here too. Hey Max. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, hey, ooh, hey. I has problem. Have to deal with toxic clouds. Everybody say Rouge of Love. Bring OG Scotty. Aruka! Aruka! Ah, fucking hell.
Doctor, 今回はどんな景色を見せてくれるのかしら。
お前の采配に対しては私にも意見する権利がある。
Alright. Honestly, don't know if this strat is gonna work. We'll just have to see. I should have brought Ling. Oh. 9:37 AM. Overcast. Near the City Defense Force main command tower. Octorig district of Londinium. All the Rhodes Island Spec Op team, arm your hands. As per our plan, we will work with the Self-Salvation Corps and launch an ambush on the Londinium Defense Forces command tower. We have only one objective. Obtain the message logs from the defense system about the Sarkaz supply line. These messages will determine the success or failure of our entire Londinium operation. And that's even if we most likely can no longer stop Theresis from declaring war on the Dukes. But if we get our hands on this information, we'll have a chance to slow the pace of war and reduce the sacrifices that come with it to a minimum. We may have come well prepared, but we need to expect the unexpected. All of us know in our hearts that, in the coming war, each battle will be more difficult than the last. But we came all this way for the same, unshakable goal. It's time to keep going. Doctor. We have another emergency on our hands. Doctor, I know you're worried about me. I can't say for sure that I'm ready, but ever since we left Sidine, I've been thinking what it will be like to see her again. If she stands opposite us, I want to know why. I want to feel everything that she feels. But just as I told the operators, I will never forget why we came here in the first place. I understand very well that the future of the Sarkaz and the whole world that Teresa hoped for was slipping further and further away. It's exactly the future that I, Dr. Kelsey, and all the operators who came to Londinium with us hoped for. For that, we are prepared to face anything. We will fight each battle like it is our last. Let's move then. Right, Doctor. Let's go. Sarkaz's army has been quick to mobilize lately. Yes, Lieutenant Colonel. Everyone has been saying Saying what? They've been saying that the Sarkaz are going to strike the Duke's forces soon. When that happens, they will throw us onto the battlefield as their cannon fodder. My apologies, Lieutenant Colonel. I've spoken out of turn. No, I don't blame you. We all trust you, sir. We all know how difficult it is to negotiate with the Sarkaz, but you've done it. All these years, it was you who kept us safe. Even the time the Duke of Stafford revolted. If it wasn't for how accurate your judgment was, I would have been killed long ago by the rebels' cannon fire. You saved us time and again, and you protected the city from all sorts of conspiracies. As long as you're behind the decision, not one of us will question it. I know that. It's precisely because I know that. What's that sound in the streets down there? It's the cargo track. They must be transporting construction material for the Sarkaz. On guard! What's going on? Good morning. Wait, where did all these men come from? Save your breath, unless you're willing to cough up the coin. Mercenaries. Who sent you? Which Duke?
We don't know any dukes, and they certainly wouldn't know us.
Are you the rebels?
We're the Londinium Citizen Self-Salvation Corps.
Salvation Corps.
You know what this is about. You should have been the ones fighting the Sarkaz, but you chose to raise the white flag. That left us no choice but to rise up ourselves.
Hold your ground! Don't let them into the tower!
Soldier, you're Victorian, aren't you?
I am.
20,000 Defense Forces men are stationed across the city. Aside from those who are killed or captured, every last one of them is bound to the land they stand on by the same order, becoming an accessory to Sarkaz crimes. There is no way you are not aware that the Sarkaz will soon be launching a war on all of Victoria. When that time comes, will you still stand with the Sarkaz against your own friends and family? Perhaps all you want is to survive, but you are not Sarkaz. You will never truly earn their trust. Once the war begins in earnest, they could abandon you at any moment. I can see your hesitation. In the end, you are only footmen. It is the man who gives you orders, not you, who you must confront. So stand aside.
Do not give ground. Not one of you. We will hold the line here. We are soldiers. We trust our commander. We must follow our orders. Lieutenant Colonel, the enemy is attacking the defensive line. No idea where or how they came, all of a sudden. Even if they snuck along the cargo track and managed to slip past the Sarkaz checkpoints on the surface, there's no way they could have gotten through the tower surveillance system. Unless someone hacked the system and took down all the sentinels within a very short period of time. But that's impossible.
Nothing is impossible.
A shadow flies towards him. He could smell the scent of death, unlike the sense of viscous suffocation he felt before the sanguine arc of vampires. He knows he will die a quick and relatively painless death, which is why he chose not to pointlessly attempt to dodge. Out of my way. Silent. So you've come after all. Ascalon. How long has it been? 9 days ago, when you barged into Westerleg, were you also prepared to brandish the weapon the General bestowed upon you directly at him, as you are doing now?
Yes.
And, unlike you,
I will not hesitate.
playable Ascalon when?
戦場もラボの延長みたいなものよ。わあ、めっちゃリンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
一歩も引かない。命令を子供たちの悲鳴が聞こえる。
進め。 待機中。生命を救済しうる美しみ。ターゲットロックオン。トラップを起動した方がいいかしら。周辺環境のスキャンを開始するわ。本気で行くよ。
重心棒を実現させた者が北総 M のに君は気づいていない。
絶対近づかせないって。み
さしてくる。
本気で行くよ。ご指示を。
命令を想像したことある。友の故郷に二度と戻らなくなることを。
今倒れてくれたらそれ以上傷つかずに済むわ。終わったら何食べようかな。みんなこっち来て。
前に進むぞ。
どんなにわずかな振動でも結果
足が崩れていくのを感じる。
Doesn't reach.
私が行こう。
どんなにわずかな振動でも結果を変えてしまえるものよ。
Ah, so. Okay, that works.
ああ、
今倒れてくれたリンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。絶対近づかせないって。みんなに
足が崩れていくのを感じる。
私が行こう。
深海との音を奥に歌
私が行こう。
どんなにわずかな振動でも結果を変えてしまえるものよ。みんなこっち来て。
え。単独行動に慣れてるのね。
絶対近づかせないって。治療プロセス開始します。
Hey, mate!
命令を足が崩れていくのを感じる。
今倒れてく
What
れ
is
たら
that?
それ以上傷つかずに済むわ。
What the fuck is this turret thing? What? Yeah, that new? How the fuck do I kill it? Fuck! Yikes. That's not good.
準備はできている。
奴らこの程度で止まると思うな。
ああ、今でもあの嘆き。
リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
いい。
進め。
Oh!
運動を実現させた者が北総 M のに君は気づいていない。油断をする音を悪に歌え。
みんなこっち来て。
命令を。
悪くないな、ダメだ。リラックスして。リラックス。
想像したことある。友も故郷も二度と戻らなくなることを。
本気で行くよ。ドクターさん、気をつけて。そろそろ終わりかな。
Fucking turrets? What is that? Fucking rocket launchers? What are those? What? Oh my god, those hurt, man!
私、
What?
言われてましたか。 皆さんの足
Oh man.
ってませんでしたか？本当ですか？よかった。
What is that? Precision mobile defense artillery. Very large attack area and greatly improved accuracy. Built by the city's workers in their factories. Long range, locks on a target with the highest max HP. And bombards it several times, dealing arts damage to the unit in range with the highest HP percentage. Wow. Imagine chapter 10 artillery but mobile and smaller range. Wow. That's nuts, man. Highest max HP. Okay. And arts damage to the unit in range. With highest HP percentage. Alright. The one stood here has no particular status nor reputation. Her goal is simply that peace may return to the people's lives. Twigs that crave. Oh, those are the trees. Active Originium. Oh, we have a burn tile. Okay. Buff tile. Terrain and enemies will differ in places. Londinium precision mobile defense artillery has increased HP. Yikes. Yikes. Ooh. Okay. So it hits the one that has the highest HP. Who has the highest HP in our squad? It's probably Scotty, right?
新たなデータをパッケージにビルドしました。
Okay, it's Eunectus and Mudrock. Holy shit, Minot has a lot of HP! Okay, I didn't think Minot had that much HP. Okay. Too bad he don't heal though. It's also got pretty high defense, so it's decently high. Okay. So I guess I'll try using Minor to bait those things and kill them.
そしてそれ以外に生きる手立てのない人のことを
I gotta think about the map
忘れ去っ
design.
てしまった。
Assume this thing comes this way and goes around. Nope, straight in there. There is no way through here. So straight in the blue box. Alright then. Okay then. And then over here is like this. I should put masteries into Scotty's second skill. I seem to use it a bit more than a third skill. Thorns is probably good here. Kill that shit from range. I was stupid with the stage. Later I figured out just move a unit one tile back and it worked. one tile, man. One tile, big difference. Makes all the difference. Let me think. Do you have a drone tile? A drone. A drone spawn. Now I need a way to hold off this. Whatever's coming out of here is gonna get super buffed. Oh, and there's the artillery. Yeah, those things are getting baited by Blinar, right? Okay. Might want to bring another medic. Medic! Hey! Let's go Unga Bunga Surfer, cause
この旗が私が目にするすべての罪なき人を守らんことを。
I mean, I'm thinking about bringing Soto, maybe. I need some range. I need some range.
Mate, 医療器具を準備してからだ。
See? It's not really optimal. I mean, it kind of works, but Max even knows Soto memes. It might just be play Arknights enough. I don't know who else to bring. Oh, I'll just bring Ash.
It's ready.
Don't really know who else to bring here. We'll go with that. We shall see what happens.
やあ、調子はいかがかな、ドクター。
Okay, it's fine. Is that a mini event or just a login? I think it's just a login thing, right? I saw it on the news. Oh, by the way, guys, I've had to change ISP, which will be happening in a couple of weeks, I think. 3 weeks or so. So, hopefully the stream quality doesn't tank, but my upload speed is going down from 100 to 40. It's fucking great. There's nothing else that provides like higher than that, apparently. So, yeah. I also have to pay more. Because, yeah. Oh, straight into the map. No story.
相手が人間ならあまり手応えはないかもね。
ドクター、ここっていい景色。みんなこっち来て。
ここに立つのが私の使命。準備完了。子供たちの悲鳴が聞こえる。
時間をかけるつもりはない。
進め。
20 up at optimal periods. Man, it fucking sucks, man. I'm just gonna have to see what happens, really. It's already out. Wait, what's this? HP drops to 50. Attack speed and movement speed are greatly increased. Becomes immune to most control effects. Oh, it's not the cannon. Okay, it's good to know that you can stream on 20 up though. So it means on 40 up I should still be okay. It's gonna be annoying. Deploy murder to generate cost, then deploy backpack to kill shit, then Scotty onto the heal, then Mud Rock front tank. I challenge nuke. Just snap, Soda is back up, Phantom released. See? Yep, you do definitely.
わかった。動き回るな。そうすればお互い手間が省けるだろう。
I take the tile, not you.
何が潜んでると思う？
But now I need to deploy Gladiator, so Better, you can sit here.
獲物はどれです？
どの戦いも楽しむべきよ。ご指示を。アーツユニットチャージ中。
命令を都市が崩れていくのを感じる。
懐かしい。
Wait a second, he's gonna take damage from that. Well, that's what Warframe's for.
負傷した者はすぐに知らせるんだ。
あなたがした何？
医療機器の設置は済んでいる。
Oh shit.
ああ、目に眩しくは映るまい。
Ready to go!
わあ、リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。プログラムアーツユニット起動します。
都市が崩れていくのを感じる。
わあ、
Fucked up. That thing's
あなた方
strong.
の戦いもいずれ敗北に終わる時が来る。
How did it go past Scotty anyway?
一つ一つの失敗がもたらす結果を考えたことがあるか。
A defense C res. Oh, no wonder. Ah. Thing is strong, man. How do I deal with it? I have Rosa module now. Could I use Ifrit? Put Ifrit here. She reaches up to here. Yeah. Okay. It's not enough. It's immune to control effects. Right. Risk control effects. I can test if freeze works. Freeze would give some good coverage, so
運がいいな。ちょ
change
うど
more for
実
the
験
skill
を終わらせたと。
待て、医療器具を準備してからだ。
okay, yeah, let's go with that.
この任務が時間の無駄にならないことを願うよ。
リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
ここに立つのは私の使命。準備完了。子供たちの悲鳴が聞こえる。
時間をかけるつもりはない。
ターゲットロックオン。
剣を抜くまでもない。
分かった。
わあ、みんなこっち来て。
分かった。動き回るな。そうすればお互い手間が省けるだろう。
命令を。子供たちの悲鳴が聞こえる。獲物はどれですの？
今すっごく気分がいいな。
単独行動に慣れてるの？
負傷した者はすぐに知らせるんだ。
ああ。
It's over here. Oh, I see. Okay, there's another one appears over here.
どうぞ続け
I
て。
see. Sneaky bastard. Also, now I can't put Gnosis here because there's no medic cover. I am very smart.
進め。わあ、本気で行くよ。
焼きに刺してくる。
ご指示を。意志を堅固にするは規律。輸血準備。プログラム治療モード適用します。
死が崩れていくのを感じる。
わあ、みんなこっち来て。
ここは私に任せろ。
待機中。
分かった。お前の攻撃は想定。
この切っ先にあなたの心臓に滑り込むまで1秒もかかりますの。敵を死にした。そいつらを逃がすな。油断は禁物よ。この知れば震え上がるわよ。単独行動に慣れてるの。
止血開始。
準備はできている。
輸血準備。
Where the drones at? No drones? No drones?
逃げる前に私の許可は取ったのかしら。ねえ、獲物さん。
Oh, there they are. Oh, it's not drones. It's fucking balls. Alright, I don't care about the fucking balls. No shield. Not deploy shield.
深海の舞を水面に漂う海鮮の奥に何が潜んでると思う？単独行動に慣れてるのよ。どうぞ続けて。どうぞ続けて。おもちゃで遊ぶのもここまで。進め。
アーツユニット起動します。
生命の救済シールは慈しみ。
Okay. Do we actually have drones in this story? This chapter? Maybe I should just treat them as all those balls. Right here. This path connects to the palace and a ducal manor. Golden Mane. What did you just say, Vina? No, it's nothing. It's been a long time since I saw them. How long ago we left this place? Today we walk these ancient bricks again. This path has likely never been trodden this frequently. It was only meant for emergencies. Too bad. Be it the ducal manor or the palace, it has never really served anyone in their time of need. Mercenary, you don't want to buy everyone here a drink. You better not joke about that. Right then. Eldel, you said I once came back through this passage with the size of kings. I really don't remember that. This has me very restless. It's as though I'm purposely avoiding a great responsibility. Vina, it's okay. You were too young then. Anyone who tried to force any kind of responsibility onto a child that had only just learned to speak would have to be extraordinarily selfish. No mistake about it. Apologies. I might have insulted someone close to you. Actually, I rather agree with what you said. But now we've come back nonetheless. Responsibility. Miracles. I have no idea what they expected of me, nor do I really care. But I stand here today, and I have something I must accomplish. I shan't take on any titles because of it. I'm doing this, so that the people will know peace again. We are approaching our objective then. Sirs, please tear down the brick wall and blocking the path up ahead. Be quiet. Don't let them find us. We need to go down from there. Right, aye. As I walk through the darkness, I hear footsteps from behind me. Golden Mane. What's the matter, Vina? Never mind. Let's keep going. No one on our tail. The Sarkaz couldn't have figured we would go down. They must be throwing quite the party above us. It's possible that our allies are sacrificing their lives in this intense battle. I was actually apprehensive when Eladale proposed this plan. I should be standing with the core fighters and the Rhodes Islanders. The Doctor's plan is meant to ensure our operation remains undetected. No matter what happens above ground, we must get our hands on the size of kings. It is the key to foiling the Sarkaz's plans and can even turn the tide of war. This sword, I've only heard about it in the stories. It was the sword of the Aslan forefathers. As the legend goes, it was forged for the Aslans by the fairy of the grasslands, Excalibur. A pasha of Europe once beheaded the poltergeist king with it. Then the Aslans came to Victoria to rule, and it became the symbol of their reign. According to some historical records, in the days before the nomadic cities came to be, the kings once cleaved catastrophes with it. For centuries, there was not a single storm to threaten Londinium. The masses believed that as long as the size of kings remains, Londinium would overcome all her foes forever, be they powerful poltergeists or terrifying catastrophes. You can't really believe. I do. I believe in Vina. Like you're trying to change the subject. Of course I believe in Vina too. You can tell right away when it's just a fairy tale. That's not real. That is in fact not a fabrication to legitimize the Aslan's reign. It can really cleave catastrophes. If the shard, with its ability to pull in storms, is Victoria's spear against the outside world, then the size of kings capable of rending catastrophes asunder is its strongest shield. The spear is known far and wide, yet the shield exists almost only in legend. But if we are able to wield this power, we will almost certainly be able to stop the Sarkaz's ambitions. Eldil, you're very familiar with our Realm Blade. I'm only fulfilling my responsibilities as a member of House Cumberland. Have you seen the blade with your own eyes? Yes, but only once. What I saw was something that could only happen in a dream. What did the blade look like? It was beautiful. It had the power to liven one's heart, and when you lay your eyes upon it, you'll believe from the pit of your soul that you could triumph over anything. Bit over the top, innit? Legends. Maybe that's about the Sarkaz? Is that sword especially good at cutting Sarkaz? Is cutting what you think about? Vina had beaten that Sanguinarch bloody with her hammer the other day. We have a story like that in 200 years. That might just happen. That Rhodes Island will become the ferry that bestowed the hammer. Closure will probably be happy about that. The Eric of God in the Barrowlands. The Return of the King. How's that a story? It's all real. In 20 years, a story of the great King Vina leading the Londinians to chase out the King of Sarkaz. It's bound to become a favourite story of all the kids that run around in front of our houses. And I'm gonna spend some time thinking how better to tell Vina's story. This isn't my story. The bold, fearless Hannah Indra Jackson, the witty Kate Morrigan, and the loyal, tenacious Isabel Montagu. Also, the noble, upright Aladale Cumberland. This is your story. Let's keep going. The story isn't going to write itself. In Gasikath? Huh? The size of kings. In her heart, Siege thinks to herself that she must have seen it before. They are only vague fragments of memories and unclear voices. My daughter, come, take this sword. Is it calling to you? Feel it. Feel this voice. Feel Victoria. The palace is burning. She wants to climb up and see what kind of show they are putting on outside. Things are always very lively on the king's birthday. But all she sees is fire. The fire rages. There are also many men in uniform, either fleeing in all directions away from the flames, or lying lifelessly on the ground. The earth trembles. She's suddenly worried about the glass foul beast by her bed. It's a gift that she has just received. Lately she hasn't been able to sleep without hugging that delicate little trinket. Her Royal Highness Alexandrina! Don't go back! It's dangerous! Thank goodness you ran outside. You're the only objective aside from His Majesty. His Majesty. His Majesty has... No, you didn't know this. He left us with one final order. To get you away. You know, what's wrong? You've been rather out of it since we came underground. I remembered something. Something I had thought I'd forgotten long ago. The kind that hurts to remember, or the kind that brings joy. It's just a voice. Your Highness, you must walk the rest of the way your own. You were here not too long ago. You remember, don't you? They're coming for us. No matter what happens, you must keep running down this passage. Do not turn back. He listens to the officer and keeps running. The path ahead is pitch black, but she is more afraid of the star-like glow chasing her from behind. She runs and runs for a long, long time. She's forgotten where she started and where she is going. She's almost cried all the tears she has, and the path before her is so long that she can't see its end. She runs and runs, and a huge golden mane appears beneath her. She holds tight to the warm golden color, and it feels as though she too has become a wild beast dashing on all fours. At last, she no longer fears the nightmare that chases her. She cries for the things that she has lost no more. Instead, she dashes forward, freely in the darkness. The phantoms have disappeared, and their memories receded like the tide. She finds herself standing in the middle of a long path. At the end of the path is a door. The door divides life and death. And whether it leads from life to death, or from death to life, it opens only to the King of Victoria. We're here. Way back is cut off. You can only press onward. With the shield thing, some enemies will differ as more enemies will appear. Alright. 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 I think. Block these two tiles, port horn here. Okay. And maybe put Lina here. Or here. Or here. Or here. It works. I'll put Lina here. Okay. Facing this way? Because Horn's gonna shoot here. And I'll put her I'll put Liner here or something. And I'll put him here. I wanna block here. And I'll block here. The Horn will be able to fire here. Here. Yeah. Okay. Then I have a medic from over here. And maybe one over here too. Oh, and then I can have someone doing AoE damage here, I guess. Arts damage. Or maybe I just use Chen Alter here. Actually, no. Whoever's here is going to take fire from AoE damage from Liner tanking cannon shots. So that's not good either. It'd be great if I had Mumu right now. Yeah, I saw Mumu's kit. Seems pretty busted. Lucy's. So people call her Mumu for short. I don't know where she got that nickname from though. The new Tactician Vanguard. That puts the other 6-star one to shame apparently. One, yes. PG, yes. Gnosis, nah. Liner, yes. Spectre, yes. AB Scotty. Aphlopsis. Bring Wolfrin as well. Should be okay.
ドクターの部隊補佐として訓練に参加しますわ。
I'm not gonna deploy. Either way, someone's gonna take damage. It's AoE arts damage. Maybe Nightingale instead. Yeah, that works. That's fine.
ここが集合地点ですか？
Where's my other lane holder? I need another lane holder. That should be okay. Should be okay. Okay. Oh.
激戦区の向こうに私たちを待ってる人たちがいるの。
みんな助けにみんなこっち来て。
一歩も引かない。命令を。
I'm fine.
子供たちの悲鳴が聞こえる。
What Spectre? Yeah.
どの戦いも楽しむべきよ。アーツユニットチャージ中。
したことある。友も故郷も二度と戻らなくなることを。
私が来たんだから慌てんな。ここが戦場。
こんなに剣を抜くまでもない。
リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
命令を想像したことある。友も故郷も二度と戻らなくなることを。
リラックスリラックス。
命令を。
頑張ります。
準備はできた。
ドキドキする。私の出番かしら。私の出番かしら。
この戦いで私が聞いた同国。
ドクター、オベ。ドキドキします。声を合わせて。
この戦いで私が聞いた同国をあなたにも教えてあげる。
Well, that was easy.
他に仕事がないのならこれで失礼する。
Easy map layouts. I like. But the ideal is antithetical to the now, making it all the more lamentably dire. The guard, more enemies will appear, friendly units have increased redeployment time. No! Increased redeployment time? Huh? How do I do this? What's more likely? I feel like the rocket launchers might come from here, because it's Bantai. We can't deploy on top of it, but I could just like spawn camp them with a caster or something here. Or it could be over here, but then you can like you can deploy right on top of them. I don't know. Does Minor actually have higher defense than Horn? 563 476. Oh, okay, he doesn't. Horn has more defense. Horn was all the way back before, so it's fine. Okay. Because those cannons have a range too. Those rocket launchers. thinking if I put one here, now wall off here. You're about to fail at the one job you were assigned by another person. True. What? Horn's a defender. It'd be funny if Minor had more defense than Horn. I think... Does Minor actually have more defense than any defender though? Actually... Let me see. Not any of my E2 ones. Okay. Even my E1 defenders have more defense. So he has high defense, but it's not like Fender level defense. Alright, cool. That makes sense. Hard to like try and camp the start. I don't know if I can. Level 90, his defense is 502. That's pretty high. Oh, okay. Dario is 2 probably. Daria, Blaze, Thorns. Yeah.
気をつけ
I think Spectre here. I need some way of dealing with those guys that are coming through the band tiles. So it's on the team? Okay. I can wall off here, but then they'll be out of reach of Horn's range by that one tile. Ha. Let's not put Horn here. Oh yeah, that wouldn't work. But put it here. It hits here and here. So I can wall off here. So that kind of works, but it still gives them leeway to walk though. I don't know. Might be better, actually, doing like that. So I'll put it here, hits over here, yeah. Might be better. Yellow to yellow tater. Get some rest. Yeah, that might be better than... Yeah, thorns are still fine. Blaze I'll take out. Starry I'll keep. Spectre I'll keep. Spectre. Heal 2. Skill 2 is fine. Okay, I think.
ロドスの戦いとやらを見せてもらおう。
Bring Gladiator as well.
訓練の成果を確かめようかしら。
I could put like liner here and just hit everyone around. Oh, but the cannon shoots. It's going to hit everyone around. Ah, that's annoying. Over here. Cannon can shoot him over here. Yeah, Warfare and heal from over here. I could do that.
Mate, 医療器具を準備してからだ。
Probably take Gladiator out, to be honest. I don't think she's that useful here. Bloody altar, why not?
他の人と一緒に戦うの？戦いの相手は誰？
Yeah, it should be alright. Okay. Four years ago. Time goes by fast for your race and your country compared to the Sarkaz. Not long after the Titan that was Gaul collapsed, Victoria Lithuanian feasted on its remnants as quickly and ferociously as they could. It has only been a few dozen years, and the Gallic era has long since come and gone. You never witnessed Corsica one's battleships and cannons. You have never known Lingon's prosperity and pride. The lands of your father's generation have been integrated into the territories of Victoria's most provincial nobles. The uniform you wear is that of a high-ranking Victoria officer. The medals you wear are all Victorian. You speak the most standard Victorian as the Londinian nobility do, without even the slightest hint of Gaulish accent. When you walk before me and claim you want to negotiate with the Sarkaz, what gives you the right to call yourself Gaulish? Your Highness, Gaul has not a single city left. The man who stands before you is not a Gaulish man, but a Gaulish survivor. Some of us live in Victoria, some in Colombia, and some in Lithuania. We did not choose this exile. We've long been without a place to call home. You wish to rebuild Gaul? Yes, just as you and other Sarkaz wish to rebuild Kazdel. 2 centuries ago, the Gaulish Empire's artillery battalion also surrounded the walls of Kazdel. Now you will speak of yourself in the same breath as the Sarkaz? Victoria was in that war against Kazdel too, and from what I heard, the reason you and the military commission were able to enter Londinium was precisely because of an invitation from Duke Cavendish. Though I'm certain you have heard what has become of him. 2 days ago, Duke Stafford stirred up an uprising in Londinium, and Duke Cavendish stepped forward to put a stop to his scheme. The Londinium defense forces joined the battle as well. Too bad. Neither Duke Stafford nor Duke Cavendish survived the other's cannon fire. I'm sure you know this better than me. The other dukes are all paying keen attention to Londinium's situation right now. No matter what you are planning to do within the city, you will need a new helping hand. This is how you will work with the Sarkaz. Correct. As you can see, the Gaulish remnant will fully support all of Kazdel Military Commission activities in Londinium. In exchange, we only ask that you return the few Gaulish cities to Gaulish rule in Victoria's forthcoming chaos. What good is my promise? A nation's destruction has nothing to do with the number of cities it has. I understand that, Your Highness. But we can't afford to wait a more opportune time than this. I know a youth vanguard. He once served directly under the Gaulish Emperor's guards. When I met him, he was already 60-something. However, the guards had long disappeared during the Battle of the Four Emperors. He never got a chance to become a Vuk's vanguard. He told me about the Spirited Emperor, their indomitable fleet, and their troops' idle conversations during mobilization. Over the decades, he has always insisted on telling his stories in Gaulish. Now, he lies in a small sanatorium in a Chep borough of Londinium. I paid him a visit not too long ago, and he has already forgotten how to speak. Even so, whenever he sees Gaulish Imperial-style architecture on the telly, his muddy eyes regain their former vigor without fail. He lifts his spasming hands to clap. He'll be gone in no more than 5 years. The last generation of Gaulish men who have truly seen Gaul with their own eyes is dying. Your Majesty, you are right. Compared to the Sarkaz, our lives are insignificant. Our memories cannot be passed on through our blood. When the final witnesses pass away, our memories of Gaul will disperse with the wind like the Empire. When that moment comes, Gaul will truly be lost. All we can do is to grasp at the ashes as best as we can. Alistair, fire! Hold the ceiling layer! Don't let them get any closer!
These defense forces men, a tad bit stubborn, aren't they? Because their leader is still up there. These soldiers really respect their commander.
Commander, the Sarkaz are here. The Rhodes Island operators are engaged in battle with them.
Back them up. We need to draw the enemy's attention on this facade of a battlefield to the best of our ability, to buy the Doctor time.
The guess is the mercenaries at Highbury died by your hands. War is imminent. Both you and I know it in our hearts. Ascalon, you were born and raised in Kazdel. The general plucked you from a corpse pile. The regent taught you to use a weapon, to defend yourself and your homeland. But now, at this moment, when all Sarkaz must stand together, what are you and those Sarkaz at Rhodes Island doing? Are you going to give our information to the Victorians? To a group of outbloods that once trampled upon Kazdel? Hey, thanks for the bits, X-Crosslow. You betrayed the promise you once made. You betrayed Kazdel.
Kazdel is several thousand kilometers from here.
During the Civil War, you chose to become Babel's assassin. I couldn't stop you, nor did I have the reason to. After all, you were serving Her Majesty Teresa, the sole king of Sarkaz. Well, who do you serve now? A phantom of the past? The Civil War ended long ago. And now even Her Majesty Teresa has returned to our side. 4 years ago, you were the ones that killed her. And now you will sully her death so dishonorably. Who's the real traitor? Sklan's attack cuts through his arts. The two of them have been different since they were small. He learned much from the general, swordsmanship, military theory, and how to play political games. Yet Ascalon remains as pure as the weapon in her hand. On the battlefield, she cannot be swayed by any words. Her eyes always focus on her highest priority target. Let her! It's blood. Thick, viscous, blood-red color rapidly seeps out of the ground. It turns into a barrier harder than a wall, dividing Leto and Ascalon.
Doctor, the drones have detected another squad of Sarkaz fighting closing in on our position. Not just Sarkaz fighters, that surging red.
Here comes a vampire. Let Amia and Logos know.
Okay, Doctor. It's pretty much going exactly the way he said it would. He's heading straight for the top of the command tower. The vampire's twisted stubbornness is really giving away his movements. I won't be affected by that, will I?
How are we doing with the drones?
Good news. This command tower is very close to the city walls. I've already located the best route to the control area. The modern communication methods that the defense forces are using are much easier to take advantage of than all that witchcraft the Sarkaz use. I won't disguise my drone's identification codes. None of our long-distance signals will be jammed, guaranteed. Though, drones are very fragile. They get attacked, that's going to be all our hard work down the drain. I just hope that Amia can stall those guys who really know how to put up a good fight up there.
You're weak and foolish, liberally. You know, a Sarkaz can easily end your life and you choose not to run. I am the commander. This is my tower. My men, they're all still here. Perhaps I should consider cleaning them up first then. These arts, this scent. Ah, I see. The foolish pretender is here. This is our first proper meeting, King of Sarkaz.
I've met you plenty of times before, Vampire. Countless Self-Salvation Corps fighters sacrificed themselves because of you. I remember all their names, and their lives won't carry any less weight than they deserve, just because you look down on them.
Oh, what do you intend to do, King? Will you use that pitch black axe of yours to end me?
Asser team, sniper team, join me and tear down his blood defense. No time to lose. Seize the target.
All at once, black lines and bolts dart into the thick, blood-colored layer. Nothing has changed. You disappoint me. Cautious, you assume the stance of a warrior, yet you deny the necessity of killing in politics. You are even weaker than Teresa. Teresa was a ridiculous one. She tried to have the Sarkaz bow down to our invaders, namely Victoria. And the most foolish of her actions was undoubtedly her decision to make you her successor.
Focus fire!
What a pointless struggle. Disperse. Before the tide of blood reaches Amia, it's suddenly sliced apart in one clean cut. I see. In addition to the assassin who was your vanguard, you brought another servant with you. I am Amia's employee, not her servant. Banshee, are you perhaps afraid? Do you think, by hiding in that shell called Rhodes Island, you can refute your relationship with this counterfeit, and escape Kasdal's judgment and its traitors? Your words are always riddled with falsehoods, vampire. Although only for the time being. I took off my Rhodes Island Elite operator uniform the moment we decided to come to Londinium. I'm the Lord of the Banshees. Wheresoever I speak, there lies the Elgiac court. The young Banshee raises his hand. On his dark-coloured robe, his incantations quiver softly like the first drop of dew dripping down under the morning sun. It is not the crown that I follow. It is precisely Her Majesty Teresa's ideals that have driven me this far. You took her life and desecrated it, but you can't extinguish the flame that she lit before our eyes. How can someone who has seen daybreak return to an eternal night? Yeah, let's go. Really curious as to how many chapters I have left in this.
みんな
奴らが災いを生み出し戦争を引き起
You
こした
shit,
元
you're
凶なの
fast.
準備完了。想像したことある。友も故郷も二度と戻らなくなることを。
I didn't bring anyone to defend the top. Oh, I didn't bring anyone to block it. That's not good. Okay then. I guess I know what it needs to be then.
今すっごく気分がいいの。治療開始。
時間をかけるつもりはない。
Yikes.
あ、本気で行くよ。
What's that?
監視。
What is that? That's not good. That's not good. Maybe I needed more medics. That's not good. that's not good. Okay. I think. Wow, you died. Saria? What? I just dropped Saria and she died from this? Kidding? How strong is this guy? What is this? What is that? What is this? Whoa. Okay, I'm fucked. Retreat. What is that? Whoa.
あなた方の戦いもいずれ敗北に終わる時が来る。あなたは一つ一つの失敗がもたらす結果を考えたことがあるか。
Either a devourer. When blocked for the first time, devours the blocker. Defense is greatly increased, but movement speed is reduced. Devoured operator will re-emerge once devourer is killed. That's why Saria died? You fucker. Oh, you son of a bitch. Yeah, it's really high attack, so that's why Saria died to that. Okay, and we do have these rocket launchers, of course, and these dudes with the corruption. And the corruption's really annoying. Damn. What are these guys weak to? Okay. D defense and C res. Because corruption is like, blocking is a bad idea. There's a fucking stacks. If you kill them all in like the same area, or they kill them all like too fast. That's really annoying. It is really annoying. Let me think. I wonder if I could just have Lee solo this area. Might work. Depending on how fast Lee kills them. It might work. Also depends if you can push them back, but still, yeah, I don't know about that. Bring Philopsis. Who else do I want to bring? Elias. 2?
ドクターの部隊補佐として訓練に参加します。
Yeah, I gotta deal with the bottom somehow.
チーム戦は割と得意だけど、ただ突っ込むのは私に任せて、お前らはとにかく後方支援を頼む。
Thing. Yeah, so poison's going to collect up here. The cloud. That's me annoying. I want to have a medic heal here. Okay, yeah, I think I've got an idea. Okay.
Course, engine, 鮮血。多くの人間には想像もつかないことだろう。
みんなお前ら大暴れしてやろうぜ。
ここに立つのは私の使命。命令を都市が崩れていくのを感じる。
今すっごく気分がいいの。
すぐに解決いたしますわ。
アーツユニットチャージ中。
おもちゃで遊ぶのもここも。
本気で行くよ。
油断は禁物。命令を想像したことある。友も故郷も二度と戻らなくなることを。
負傷した者はすぐに知らせるんだ。他のところはお前らに任せたぜ。わあ、本気で行くよ。
ビクトリアのバグパイプ。瞬きせずに自分の死に様を見届けることに。
アーツユニット起動します。
懐かしい。いいや。
わあ、寝ちゃうところだった。
リラックス。さあ気をつけなさい。この海流は脆弱な命を飲み込みますね。単独行動は慣れていない。
準備は目に眩しくは映らない。
一歩も引かない。
私の出番かしら。任せてロサ。自分を信じなさい。あなたならできるわ。
Holy fuck, there's more than.
油断は禁物。ご命令のと逃げる前に私の許可は取ったのかしら。ねえ獲物さん。
ドクター、ここっていい景色だね。本気で行くよ。
どうぞ続けて。
医療機器の設置は済んでる。
一歩も引かない。
わあ、寝ちゃうところだった。
進め。単独行動のとなく。
まさか故障。
今でもあの嘆きが聞こえてくる。
That's a crazy gimmick, man. Insta kill whoever blocks. Oh, man. So this is... The giant door lies solemnly in the underground area. There is not a sound to be heard aside from the breathing of those who have made their way here. Of course, death is silent. Not even the most glorious rain can change that fact. Mausoleum of Kings. Just as its name suggests, this is the resting place of all Victoria's kings. Do you hear something? Nothing besides our breathing. There is no mistaking that there is some kind of sound echoing throughout this space. Is it a murmur she hears, having woken up from her dream? Or is it a groan she owes to her fatigue? They are staring at her. Victoria is staring at her. The moment she comes to realize this, a sense of agitation immediately follows. What do they expect? What kind of future are they envisioning for her? She grew tired of these days on the run long ago. And it has been a very long time since she had last heeded the call of that golden creature. Golden Mane. Come, we need to finish this mission as fast as we can. Rhodes Island and the Corps will need our help. Stop! What's this on the ground? It's too dark here. I thought it was some of that upper crust posh decor. This is blood. Signs of a fight here. An utterly tragic battle. No, this place is a mire soaked in death. A meandering trail of blood can be found having slithering down the pathway, past the gap beneath the door. Or perhaps it crept its way out that large door. The trail of blood has long since dried, leaving the shattered bricks on the ground covered in its twisted dark crimson stains. Likewise, there are tattered bolt heads, sword fragments, and craters left behind by arts explosions, all submerged under the bed of dried blood. There are also marks more massive in scale, such as the numerous scars on the door, each one by itself more than enough to tear the silence of this place asunder. Although there are no bodies to be seen, everyone who has seen war can easily work out what transpired here. Two groups, both prepared to fight to the death, battled each other. Evidently, they got their wish. Judging from the color of the blood, this must be at least several years old. Several years? You don't mean...
Sarkaz died here. I recognize the weapons. They're the same ones the Sarkaz warriors who attacked the Knights of the Tower used all those years ago.
They're different from what the Sarkaz outside are using.
Completely different. The blades that the Sarkaz use now are all made in the munitions factories in Highbury. They're very similar to the standard weapons used by Victorian Army. They're not as crude and nowhere near as barbaric. I still remember the sounds of the rusted blades cutting through my fellow knights. They were heavy, and they'd shatter bone before crushing armor.
Dagda, you're right.
I'm fine. If the sight of these battle scars was enough to stop me in my tracks, I probably wouldn't have been able to manage a single peaceful night since my escape from Londinium. You know, the situation's not quite what we expected.
The sound hurts her head. They are urging her. They are speaking. The sighs of kings are still inside. Keep calm and carry on. Who fought the Sarkaz? There's no way to tell. The other side left no traces? If they did, it's likely I haven't seen them before. Mr. Toto, how long has it been since you became a mercenary? It'll be my 14th anniversary next month. You must have seen weapons from most countries out there. Certainly, but not every country out there. I'm just your garden variety merc. I haven't seen the weapons of any particularly elite forces. If I had, I wouldn't be alive right now. Morgan, Indra, head back outside the path and stay alert.
Secure our evac route, just like before, right?
How about I miss out on anything good?
Siege, we can't act rashly now.
Do you hear the battle above us, Dagda?
No.
I do. There's trembling, I can't imagine it. I can't go back empty-handed. If the sword will stop all of this, or even just ease all the sacrifice and slaughter, then I shall do it. I do not see this as a responsibility. It's just a tiny act on my part. It's nothing different from knocking at the front teeth of those thugs who come looking for trouble. Vina. Eldel, you said it yourself. Having taken this step, we can't turn back now. You look pretty cheesed. Huh, this is my chance to fight right beneath the palace. Let's hope they don't actually run into anything that calls for a fight. I should know what a big sacrifice I'm making for you. If someone whacks you in one go, you've got to have a friend to yell for the others, right? It's the multi and HBR Megumi's banner. Oh, let's fucking go! Nice, nice, grats. I was gonna dupe Ichiko. Is that your first dupe? My silly Hannah. Do you remember how Vina looked when we first met her? How could I forget? She was real cocky. She was tiny, but she was full of herself. She hardly talked. Couldn't even tell when she was angry, but when she fought. Maybe they can talk her how to fight. She said it was her teacher. I thought she had some brawler from Norport for a teacher. When we found out about who she was, and it all made sense. Probably a knight with muscles for brains. Seriously though, aren't princes and princesses all meant to wear frilly clothes and have trouble running? Can't a teacher have her fighting like she's facing a wild beast? When she first told us who she was, I thought she was having a laugh. You know one kid about something where life and death is concerned. Halfway through LB3 comes very often, which I don't mind. Okay, I don't actually know what the LB3 effect is though. That was a new gang looking for trouble with Glasgow. It turns out it was an operation to assassinate the heir to the throne. Ha! They were pretty tough though. I thought it'd be a lot more fun to follow a crown princess on her adventure than living a thug life. Besides, this princess has got a special place in my heart. Before I knew it, we were following Vina out of Londinium, wandering the world with her, and making it back here. Now, if the heroes and the legends had a choice, they'd rather lie down on the sofa and gulp down a cold beer, wouldn't you agree? Having second thoughts? Of course not. Come this far already. I started on my memoirs already. I'm going to make it huge with the book. It's called The Legendary Vina and Her Legendary Mates. All I need now is a publisher. Your sorry ass vocabulary? Forget it. Vina said it was cool. This reminds me, of that pub we smashed the sign of. That's the first battle we won with Vina leading us. And now we drank all the booze in their cellar. In the end, the Baron carried us back to the lorry, one by one, and drove us home before the police got there. You bloody daft. I was the one who carried you back. Baron was so off your trolleys tried to steal the loot. You wanted to drive? All I'm thinking is, no matter where we are, we still come together and make a name for ourselves, right? Even if it's just taking over a pub from the other gangs. Say, Hannah. Been back for days already. Why hasn't Vina so much as suggested paying Glasgow a visit? The key. Before we left, the doctor gave me this key. The doctor told me that Kelsey negotiated for this. Only this can open the door that leads to the mausoleum of kings. I know this key once belonged to a Draco. Eldel. Do you know where the other key is? The key. The key that belonged to the Aslan royal family. It too can open this door, and it should have been passed to her by the father. But she has never seen the key for herself. Why ask me that all of a sudden? I just remembered Another legend about the size of kings. Oh. The sword in his hand, the Aslan Pandisha tried to conquer the last swath of foreign land. The Draco King's fire arts flew straight toward him. His armor burned away in the flames, disappearing in purplish drops. However, his sword was far harder than his armor. The moment it pierced the Draco King's body, only half of the Aslan Padishah's sword remained. And so the Draco King lived, and the Aslan Padishah lost his right hand. After the Draco and the Aslan signed their treaty, the sword was reforged, and it has since become the symbol of Victoria's centuries-long glory. My ancestors once nearly killed a Draco King, and now I hold the key of the Red Dragon's descendants, to open a door to the Mausoleum of Kings. Here it doesn't matter whether one is Draco or Asian, or Aslan. I swear, it looks very similar, okay? One is only Victoria. The door opens. It is much easier than she imagined. It's so simple, as though everything was already in place, awaiting only this tiny push from her. Oh. The Mausoleum of Kings. A millennium of Victorian history surges towards her. The Aslan who left, only to return.
廃墟で頭を上げようと必死な野草の姿をあなたが見せてくれた。ありがとう。
Ah, 11:15, another red map. Yet hate cannot be dispelled. Twigs that crave bleh. Terrain and enemies will differ from places. We have trees and 3 blue boxes. 3 lanes to defend. Alright. That's kind of annoying. Freeze only affects ground units, right? I think so? Because I remember the tree gives like poison shit. Okay. Releases corruption, causing your nearby units to continuously lose HP. Yeah. I know. Doesn't say shit. Okay. Say, okay. Let me look up Mustima's range. I think Mustima can reach most of them. Maybe all? It's that last one on the right. I don't know if Mustima can actually reach it. She can't. It's only 3 tiles. Okay. Yikes. I mean, I could be a dum-dum and put Lina here, but he would die to the poison, I think. Aya can hit 4. She can hit these 3 and this one, I think. No, she can't. That's out of range. If I put Aya here, she can hit these 4. And this one can't be reached. That's annoying! Fuck! To mention, it'll also be pretty annoying to deal with mobs that come through as well. We're probably gonna have the stupid cannon as well, right? How to deal with this? I might actually do that in line or strat. it might work. It might actually work. Okay. Where is my Suzerain? There you are.
人々はすでに本当の戦いというものをそしてそれ以外に生きる手立てのない人のことを忘れ去ってしまった。
That I need to deal with those stupid guys in the back. Probably. I assume they're gonna come from the back.
この旗が私が目にするすべての罪なき人を守らんことを。
So if I have Horn here, I'll grab Warfarin. I'll put it facing here, so heal Horn. Actually, I'm not too sure. What? So Warfarin to heal on this side as well. So I'm probably gonna put Gavial on this side. Okay. So if I put Philopsis here facing down, here facing down, yeah. Here facing down, Suzerain here. Okay, facing the other side. Lina here. Let's go here. Alright. And then Philopsis is gonna be here. Horn's gonna be over here. Horn will reach here. Okay. Damn. I'll have to redeploy, I guess. Grab Gavial. Let's grab Warfarin. Heal one.
待て、医療器具を準備してからだ。待て、医療器具を準備してからだ。
突っ込むのは私に任せて。お前らはとにかく後方支援を頼む。
人々はすでに本当の戦いというものをそしてそれ以外に生きる手立てのない人のことを 忘れ去ってしまった。
I want an actual fast redeploy. What Phantom? Yeah, let's grab Phantom.
私の出番か
Okay. There's metal. Hashtag no metal. Ah. I wanted a fast redeploy? Well, I have one.
あなたの判断を信じるわ。二度と道を踏み外さないように導いてくれる。
Yeah,
そうでしょ。
works out.
行く行く。あなたの判断を信じるわ。二度と道を踏み外さないように導いてくれる。そうでしょ。
These filthy rebels. They've been at this since Sudan. Bring out that massive metal thing of yours. You made the self-propelled cannon? Sarkaz, there's still lots of our men up ahead. Send them a signal. Ever heard of danger close? You know how wide its attack range is? They won't get away in time. That's their problem. Our warriors know how to survive on the battlefield. Oh, maybe I should have brought Phantom anyway. How am I gonna deal with the fucking high defense shit? I don't know. There. I'm moving mechanical iridium cannon. What the hell is this? It's no normal artillery shell. Did Castle have some kind of advanced research institute I never heard of? In such a short time too. How did Manfred manage this? You found the control area with the drones yet? Control area. Crap, Doctor. Those artillery shells got arts have jammed my drones. Like I said, Londinium's system is easy to crack, but Sarkaz witchcraft is tough. Doctor, we'll take it from here. Oh, Feist! Everything's set the way you wanted it. The engineering team will make sure your drones will fly free. You got an idea? Disclosure, these iridium cannons were assembled in our factory. So, you're not planning on taking them apart right here and now, are you? If we were vampires, we definitely could have given it a shot. Too bad most of us are just normal craftsmen. But we know what we've made with our own hands. We know how to target the weak points to create an opening for you, our friends, who can actually put up a fight. After all, this is how us engineers can put ourselves to use on the battlefield. Isn't that right? The zipline. You gonna climb onto it? Your drones will function as normal if we get the cannon under control, right? In theory. That's too risky there. We're working together here. I need you and the doctor to help us lock onto the safest landing point. As the cannons echo in the air, Feist focuses on the battlefield before him. He sees not the fierce Sarkaz, but the machinery by the conveyor belts he's the most familiar with. The thunderous sound of the enormous machine's movement is no different from the rhythms he knows so well. He will take back the city that belongs to them, his own way. Whew. Always wanted to see a battle from up above. Isn't this the perfect chance? The giant machine ambles down the street. Compared to its colossal form, the men on the battlefield, be they Victorian or Sarkaz, are almost insignificant. Its footsteps cannot be halted. Its gaze can easily melt the blocks. It is practically the ruler of the steel jungle. Yet it suddenly lets out a wail. From a blind spot in its vision, a dozen grappling hooks latch onto the weakest point of its neck. Immediately thereafter, several dozen figures climb onto its back by the zipline. Doctor, we've got it under control. Snipers, eliminate nearby hostiles. Understood. Masters, strike! On it. Look at you, Banshee. You won't allow even a single drop of blood near you. Every drop you control contains your witchcraft. Oh, the curse of the Banshee. Since when have the Banshees been as boring and uninteresting as you? I still remember how they flew through the dark night, blowing their bone whistles. They mourned those lost to the wastelands with their sharp sorrowful cries. At the same time, they mercilessly dug their pitch-black fingers into the skulls of those pitiful souls. Banshee, that is what a Banshee is supposed to be. They have always been the hunters that the vampires admired the most. On the battlefield, we fought alongside one another with fear as our weapon, taking the lives of our feeble enemies. But the Banshees of today have lost their way. Your kind is locked your true selves behind that attire, not unlike what the Lithuanian casters wear, decrepit and pretentious. I'm afraid you are the one who's lost your way, vampire. Time does more than relentlessly erode the lands. It shapes life as well. Why not take a look at yourself? Your form has long since changed. You are no longer as you were. What significance is the form my flesh takes? Your flesh, like my robe, is the true form in which we walk the world. The roots of Royal Court may have rotted away long ago, but Royal Court as it stands today with its canopy raised up high, remains unwilling to fall to the ground. How pathetic. That which is dead continues to draw nutrients from barren soil, denying itself the chance to receive new life. So this is your true goal. The smile disappears from the vampire's face. Next to him, the boiling blood settles into stasis for a brief moment. A faint tremor can be felt beneath the ground, before the floor above it starts to shake as well. Blood. Blood marches forward.
Operators, hold!
Battlefield below us. He suddenly realizes he has stayed here for too long. Leto is far from the only weak point in the command tower. While both he and the vampire had their attention drawn to the King of Sarkaz and their old acquaintances, Rhodes Island and Self-Salvation Corps have very likely been drawing ever closer to the information they need. This was Rhodes Island's plan all along. They stood no chance of quickly defeating him and the vampire. They simply wanted to buy themselves time. I must. You're too late. Yes, he is. He can sacrifice an arm to escape from Ascalon, but the thing that's truly stopping him is the sea of blood before his eyes. The Sanguinarch has already been angered. They are all trapped on this battlefield. Banshee, you dare to plot the destruction of the Royal Court, the very manifestation of Sarkaz's heritage? An earth-shattering surge of blood envelops the entire command tower. The Rhodes Island operators and Defense Force soldiers are all moments away from being submerged. That is, until a shapeless force divides the Red Sea of blood. I do this not for destruction, but for my salvation. Don't let your long memories bind you. Release yourself from your pride, from the olden days, old Sarkaz King. Sarkaz have changed. The Sarkaz must change. Under his bone pen, golden incantations write themselves loop by loop. Feeding its master's rage, the pool of blood rises from the floor, the walls, and his head, and charges towards the unapproachable young Banshee, as well as those he is shielding. Because the Lord of Curses has already set the rules upon this high tower in a foreign land.
Doctor, the control tower!
Believe in Army of Logos and Ascalon.
Looks like they managed to stall that scary guy. Doctor, the drones have reached the control area. Gonna start hacking now.
Give me an ETA.
Half an hour. No, 20 minutes. Doctor, I know Army and the core guys are having a tough time right now. Trust me, I wish I had a couple more pairs of hands too.
The gigantic machine lets out another growl. The previously silent cannon begins to rev up again.
What just happened? The men on the cannon are under attack.
There are hostiles in the distance. Ugh. It's the Sarkas. No idea what kind of arts those Sarkas are using. All of a sudden, I just couldn't breathe.
Confessorious witchcraft. These Sarkas are their guards. When one has life depleted by this witchcraft so quickly, not even medical arts can save them. Have Feist evacuate the cannon surroundings with our fighters.
But then the weapon will go out of control again.
Our men's lives are precious. I will destroy the berserk weapon.
Commander, I'm feeling much better.
Commander, are these your arts? No. This light is mobile. Compared to mine, yes, it's much warmer.
Look! Someone just appeared behind this Confessorius guards. Who's that? White horns, black robe. Is that a Confessorius? The Confessorius. She's fighting the other Sarkas.
Doctor, that's Shiny. Did you ask her to come here?
Kelsey has kept in touch with her.
I knew how badass Shiny could get, but this is my first time seeing her fight for real. How do I put it? I'm starting to understand why she avoids fighting so much.
Confessorius. You came to the fight after all. Once again, you went against our leader's will.
If my actions are under his control, wouldn't that make my departure hardly meaningful?
Do you really despise our leader so much?
No. I've never despised him. I've only ever despised myself.
The guard's mask splits, allowing his final expression before he succumbs to be reflected in the sheath of the Confessorius sword. Shining gazes at her opponent. Her eyes are both calm and sorrowful. Once again, the final flicker of a living light flame has been burned onto her blade forever. Mist of blood is rapidly evaporating under the power of the witchcraft. Countless beams of black energy are shot through the fissures, open by the witchery. The tides of blood that shroud the command tower have receded a little. Your swordsmanship, not bad. Your Highness, we must finish this quickly. Don't disturb me. The blood's roar forces Manfred to take a few steps back. Ascalon's arm blade follows him closely. He knows she won't let him get away easily. A red bolt of lightning flashes across the clouds above the command tower. Yes, the Teak has Wurtzen. Of course you'd know, just as I know your arm blade. A signal. You're contacting him. Amiya, we don't have much time.
Right, as long as we bring Leto with us.
What's your defenses?
The vampire's power is far greater than this.
What a waste of blood. The battle before was far from enough to satisfy the vampire. He turns his attention to the Victorian soldiers hiding nearby. What? You can't! It'll be fine, Leto. Soon enough, I shan't even need to keep you alive. Lieutenant Colonel! Lieutenant Colonel! Ah! The soldiers can no longer speak. They fumble their way into the vampire. As blood sprays out of their spines, one stream after another, heating his augurs into their arms and legs, marching forward rapidly. They have received the Sanguinarch's blessing. Do it, to your heart's content. Blood doesn't dry simply because of death. It only follows faster thanks to your futile actions. His soldiers no longer follow his commands. He watches them advance and advance until they reach the edge of the rooftop. The Sarkaz's fight will soon destroy this place. Their eyes do not even see these normal soldiers who are in flux between life and death. Most of the soldiers are Victorian. They are of entirely different upbringings than him. They remain oblivious to his objective and the deal he made with the Sarkaz to this very moment. They simply followed him here, to the edge. He knows they shouldn't have moved. The vampire Manfred would have been in no hurry to kill him as long as he hid in the far back. But he still wanted to catch those soldiers about to fall up to the depths below. Like energy beams.
Lieutenant Colonel Leto, I can feel pain in your eyes. You think of yourself as a ghoulish man. You revere a massive phantom of the past. You want to take hold of it and bring it back. But do you really believe the Sarkaz's word? Do you really believe that your dream to rebuild Gaul is possible? You're afraid, sir. You pretend you still have control because you don't want to face the coward in you who wants to flee the war. You force yourself to believe that all the sacrifices you're making are for Gaul. But you can't forget the eyes of the men you've deceived, who you called to their deaths.
You are the young Lord of Fiends they spoke of.
I am.
And I am your enemy.
Yes.
But you held me back. You don't want to see me die here. They call you the Lord of Fiends, King of Sarkaz, but all I see is a kind, gentle girl. An intense pain suddenly seizes her. This isn't the doing of the Liberated before her, nor is it the original arts of the vampire or Manfred. After all, this isn't an attack. Amia. Oh, Amia. A voice calls out to her. A voice as soft as snow white feather quilts that has been set out to dry in the sun. Amia lifts her head. The sky above her comes smashing down. The thick dark clouds surge towards her, engulfing her from top to bottom. Like a tight, suffocating embrace. Doctor, Commander, we've taken back control of the cannon.
10 minutes. Give me just 10 more minutes and I'll take care of them all. Doctor, for the first time in these past few days, I think we might just be able to win this.
Disclosure.
What's up?
I really wish you hadn't said that.
You're thinking I must have jinxed... Holy shit, Doctor, what the hell's... My surveillance during alarms all started blaring at once. Come on, say something. Going all quiet like that is really freaking me out. Wait, that's...
Darcy's back.
She isn't buying us time. Doctor, you aren't trying to tell me the Noxara came back early, are you?
Yeah, the vents must have been silent. Otherwise, someone was sure to have noticed that they have broken through the walls and crossed half the city. These footsteps are nothing but a signal that penetrates the hearts of all of those on the battlefield throughout the trembling ground. Every street their eyes can reach is filled with Sarkaz warriors. The shadows cast by the dark clouds above cannot engulf them. After all, they are the dark shadows themselves. They are the ones who engulf the land. This map looks like it's gonna be hard, man. Alright. Let's go.
今日もよろしくね。誤った道を選んだようね。ターゲットロックオン。リラックスし。お前ら大暴れしてやろうぜ。
Oh my god! You already fuck! Wait. Liner doesn't block. Yes, that's fine. This is fine. This is okay. Oh wait! Shit! The moment I proc Liner's skill, he's going to die! No! You piece of shit! Oh god damn it! Fuck!
行くよ。私に指図するな。死ね。ビクトリアのバグパイプ波状棒ロード完了しました。思考を明晰にするは戦術。ご指示を。治療開始。わあ、みんなこっち来て。
いや、君差し
気をつけて。
We got this under control.
任務は
Yes.
必ず果たします。
Oh shit! I didn't realize there's all black band tiles over there. Oh fuck! That's okay. I thought that was a tile I could deploy on. That's not good. That's very bad. Guess I'll just put mountain here then.
プログラム起動します。リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
Think.
前に進むぞ。
いつでも戦線に投入してください。
初期化完了しました。私が来たんだから慌てんな。
この戦い
すぐに終わる。
ドクターさん、
Tracy.
みんなこっち来て。輸血準備。
Ford's gonna die.
いつでも戦線に投入してください。
Shit, man. Fuck!
すぐに終わる。
It's too much. It's really bad.
今行くぞ。
Friends down.
どうしたの？
すぐ
I
に
didn't
終わる。
retreat you. Ah, shit. Wow, Mountain's still alive. Shit, man. How are you still alive, man? You're crazy. One's about to die.
アーツユニットチャージ。
One's dead.
強化しろ。
Flops is dead.
悪くない場所だ。リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
すぐに終わる。
私に指図するな。これかもな。気持ちいいぜ。進め。ご指示を。
Yikes.
生命の救済シールを慈しむ。
準備はできている。
I'm legit surprised that Mountain is dealing up with the top lane fine. What the fuck, man? How are you still alive? What the fuck, Mountain?
私が来たんだから慌てんな。 ちならできます。はい。
ドクター気持ちいいぜ。
It's the kill! Yeah, okay. Oh boy, alright. Well, at least I know that mountain can hold that perfectly fine.
私を見捨てないで。ドクター、どこにいるの？
Damn, that voice line. Oof, oof. Alright. There's no arts damage. Okay. So they're gonna be like that. Putting him there is not good. What's his range? Check Mlina's range again. It's 3 to the side. Okay. Because I want Mlina to be able to deal with both lanes, ideally. Okay, so if I put Mlina here, he'd be able to deal with all of these. Now we're gonna have to redeploy him, which took forever. And that stupid ass tree that's gonna walk in as well. That's fine. And then I can use Serta to deal with this one over here. And that's fine as well. Yeah. Okay. Mountain can solo this. That's not a problem. Alright. I'll put Horn here, but Horn was not able to survive that. Kind of crazy. Oh, it's arts damage, of course. Sorry. It hits the one with the highest defense, but it does arts damage. Oh, highest HP. Highest max HP. Who's got the highest HP? I know. But I retreated him. So it was Horn that was taking the damage. Yeah. I think Saria died from a one hit thing. Yeah, okay. I don't think I need a counter ball, to be honest. Oh wait, I do. For those guys that freaking decide to those guys that kill the first block. So I do need that. Alright. Party should work. It's just a matter of how I deploy. Alright, let me think. Alright. I want to put Galvi here probably down. Putting down probably. Sorry here. Let's put Myrtle here. Okay. I'll put Minor here facing up this way. And I'm not going to redeploy him. I'll put Orphan here facing back. Actually. Yeah. Or should I go even a tile closer? I'm not sure. No, here facing back. And that can heal Gaviel. Oh, Saria's not going to get healed. Well, Saria has her own heal, so I'll assume Saria can deal with it by herself. Would not matter anyway. Because it didn't look like Suzerain was taking damage here anyway. Yeah, she wasn't taking damage here anyway, so it's fine. Okay. Maybe I can redeploy a little bit. I think. Well, I'll put Philopsis here. I could put Warfarin up here. So I heal, for them will heal. Actually, no. They need to heal Lina. Lina's got the most HP. 420. So Lina's going to be the target. Yeah. Lina's going to be the target. Need to heal Lina. Where am I going to stick Lina then? Shit. I have to put him back over here. Doesn't work. Oh man, that doesn't work. So Lina has the most HP. It's gonna get hit by the cannon. I'll put Lina here. Ah. Need medic with more range.
That
Alright. We'll change Orphan to Lumen, I think. Lumen's got good range.
安心してください、ドクター。ちゃんと皆さんについていきますから。
That should be fine. So I'll pop Lumen here. He'll heal like everything around here. I'll pop Philopsis. I can put Philopsis here facing up actually. That should be fine. Yeah, that should be okay. The Lina can sit here. Yeah. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. So that means Gaviel's gonna sit here, Saria's gonna sit here. Let's put Myrtle over here. Good, let's go.
お前ら大暴れしてやろうぜ。
聞いてるわ。私たちならできます。はい。わあ、本気で行くよ。割合ありませんか。行くよ。言われなくてもセーバティーン。
うまく対処できるはず。
本気で行くよ。ここに自分の思いのままに。
他のところはお前らに任せたぜ。
どうしたの？
前に進むぞ。
僕で力に頑張って。治療はもうすぐ終わります。
みんなこっち来て。聞いてるわ。
加減はしますよ。どこに向かえば飯を食ってねえのか。全力で来い。
任務は必ず果たします。
この程度で止まると思うの？
準備はできている。
この戦いで障害を全てなぎ払うのが嵐の務め。
準備をやるにさしてくる。
みんなこっち来て。
諦めるな。凝固しろ。
悪くない場所だ。私に指し
いつでもセンス障害を全てなぎ払うのが嵐の務め。
準備を今あの嘆きが聞こえてくる。
Ooh, what a trick to force me to play Seta. That's a trick I didn't think about.
プログラム
That's
治
cool.
療も適用します。
凝固しろ。
これからもこうして正しい立ち位置を見つける。
凝固しろ。
次は誰だ。この戦いでさあ私を超えてみなさい。
ああ、いや、さしてくる。
この程度で止まると思うの？
Whoa, 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 whoa,
言
whoa,
われなくても
whoa.
分かってる。これかもな。
But at the end there, Mountain, you almost did a solo with it. What happened? What happened, Mountain? Roadblocks, medical ruins. Increased movement speed and some enemies will differ. Alright. Step by step, they stride into the hunting grounds laid for them beforehand, heading to meet a cheated death. Roadblocks, eh? Hmm. I guess depending on how many roadblocks I get. Hmm. What? One here? One here? one here. I'll have to walk like this and go here. And these guys have to walk around this way and go here. That's fine. Okay. Now I can just plop like Ifrit here. Maybe I should like put Weedy here, push them back. I won't be able to push them back from very far though, but one's good. They're gonna be concentrated there, so starter maybe. Keep Cantable. Yeah, that's fine.
人々はすでに本当の戦いというものを、そしてそれ以外に生きる手立てのない人のことを忘れ去ってしまった。
私も一緒に行くの？
I don't know.
"今の私はロドスのオペレーターに過ぎない。あなたの指揮に従う。
Ah, Cross use Chen Auto. They'll be all in Chen Auto range. Yeah.
サード
今度はどんな収穫があるかな。
この旗が私が目にするすべての罪なき人を守らんことを。
戦いも仕事も全力で行くよ。
I just have to see. No, straight into the fight. Might be the last one I do today.
ためらってる時間はないわ。
They have
激
7
戦区の
blocks.
向こうに
Alright.
私たちを待ってる人たちがいるの。ここに立つのは私の使命。命令を。子供たちの悲鳴が聞こえる。
これからも自分が何を求めているのかよく理解しているわ。 ゲットロックオン
Oh, I forget about the fucking cloud of death, eh? Oh shit. They're all gonna be crowded around here. That's not good. Ah. My big brain just turned a very small brain. Could put the block there. Yikes.
任せて
I guess if I need to redo this, then I'll just redo it then.
求めているのかよく理解しているが
命令は運動を実現させた者が北総 M の
Oh,
君
what
は
is
気づい
that?
ていない
That's the fucking block thing, but like super strong, right? I assume. Makes sense.
地獄の豪華いつでも行けるぜ
Right.
いい位置だ運動を実現させた者が北総 M のに君は気づいていない敵を死に押せそこに並び
Let's stop at this stage for the day. Yeah.
ここにいるよ発射
命令は死が崩れていくのを感じる
自分のための戦いを敵か
こちらチェンいつでも指示をくれ了解運動を実現させた者が北総 M に君は気づいていない
剣を抜くまでもない
いつでも戦線に投入してください
Oh, one's not gonna get healed over there.
敵を死にした火力で一気に制圧する
土が私大地こその我が友
こちらチェンいつでも指示をくれ
Super easy. Blasted everything, thinking I was gonna die to the poison mist, and then I was like, this is so easy. These statues. They're the kings of Victoria. Phantoms roam here. Not the spirits of the dead, but a shadow of history and memory. Alexandrina. Their voices have become clear. They are familiar and warm, as though they came from a forgotten corner of her memory. Just like how her name was called with scolding and love when she lingered too long in the garden. Yeah, I think so too. It just depends on how many enemies you kill at the same time. Yeah. Alexandrina. Because the whole concept of, like, my setup just then was to, like, stall a shit ton of enemies. So I was going to have a shit ton of poison there if there was a lot of enemies. But they didn't turn out to be. Because there was a lot of crowd control in the team, but it was all clustered together. It's like how her name was called with anxiety and urging when she sneaked out of the palace to see what was outside with curious eyes. Alexandrina. Like how her name was called with pride and approval when she swung her little wooden sword, dreaming about becoming a warrior without equal. Who is calling her like this? The statues of Aslan and Draco kings are displayed here. Here is your grandfather, Frederick III, conqueror of Gaul. By his side is his mother, Elizabeth the Glorious. All in the procession begin treading lightly. She is searching. She knows it is fruitless, but her eyes cannot help but search. She stops before one of the statues. It was never finished, leaving behind only a rough silhouette. Chisel marks can be clearly seen, and an elaborate robe has yet to be liberated from the stone. Where the face should be, there is only a blur of rock with a slight hint of eyes. A crown on the head hints at the statue's position. By tradition, Originium arts is not used in the creation of these statues. They are the results of years of hard work by royal sculptors. His Majesty's passing was sudden. No. His Majesty's burden was heavy, politically and tangibly. The Empire was saddled with war debts, and the declining Draco hardly welcomed continued Aslan rule with open arms. No matter how others might assess His Majesty, Father and I did not feel he was inferior in any way to the kings who lie here. Perhaps Aladale. I don't remember. Maybe that's how he looked in my memories. Was it him calling? Or all of them? The statues do not look the same. Some of them look solemn, others look kind. She finds no image of them in her memory, but feels some kind of connection with them deep down. The only ones who may style themselves Victoria are the monarchs of Victoria and the heir to the throne. Therefore she is Victoria, just like them. She looks away. Compared to vast and glorious Victoria, she is more familiar with the tiny taverns of Norport Borough, the scalding bitterness of cheap ale, and licking a sour lollipop after a fight. She turns away. In that moment she spots a shadow behind the statues. To arms! They all grab the weapons. Looks like we found the ones who left the traces. Sarkaz bodies. Hundreds, if not more. Most have decomposed into skeletons, but their clothes tell us they were Sarkaz royal court elites and Confessarius guards. Frankly, the word elite is an understatement. A fight with any of them would be a desperate struggle. Who are they fighting? She feels Aladale's breath grow heavy. Bronze continues to glitter in the shadows of the corpses. Even history could not rob them of their color. She keeps moving forward. The Knights of the Empire never back down. One after another. Swords, fire, corrosive arts. An entire suit of armor is covered in dried blood. Arts imbued pillar over 5 meters in length impaled their torsos. They kept formation, they fought on. Nothing could defeat them. Not the royal court, not the confessary. Not even death. Suddenly, she understands. She understands why the sound of steam has not been heard in Londinium for the past 4 years. Steam Knights. Aladale stumbles. Siege extends an arm to hold her friend. Are you alright? I'm fine. It's just the air. I think back to the steam armor of Cumberland Manor. They were always defending, no matter the cost. They were Steam Knights. They carried the glorious banner of Victoria. No. No. The noises screech, roar. Is it the sound of steam gushing when the knights charge? What is this emotion, so potent that it threatens to break through everything? She closes her eyes. The emotions confuse her, but the conclusion is clear. They were betrayed.
What?
It's clear from the layout of the bodies that the Steam Knights were the attackers, and the Sarkaz were the defenders. Ridiculous, isn't it? This isn't a story of how the Steam Knights defended the symbol of Victoria to their last breaths, in the face of an overwhelming Sarkaz tide. It was a trap. The Knights stumbled into an ambush that the Sarkaz prepared for them. An ambush that the Sarkaz set in the Mausoleum of Kings.
Sacrilege! How did the Sarkaz get in here? The key to the Mausoleum of Kings is only...
We handed it over to them.
The traitor Duke Cavendish? Or the clown Duke Stafford?
No. No Steam Knight has been seen for 4 years. They were all here. 1 or 2 dukes blinded by ambition could not recall all the Steam Knights to Londinium. They were betrayed by all of Victoria. The burning palace, the gold main. She could not shake the images ever since she set foot within. She hears the angry roaring of a man, plots being whispered in the shadows. She hears laments and curses, frenzied cries, fateful announcements, roaring, scolding, sobbing, sneering. She hears drip, a sound of tears falling.
Siege. These Steam Knights.
Dagda tries her best to suppress her sobbing. The girl who calls herself a knight has never cried, no matter how desperate the situation is. But now tears are flowing down her face.
I don't understand. I don't understand. Why?
Siege walks up to her and puts her arms around her trembling shoulders. Sorry, Dagda, I was wrong. Victoria is more than just Parliament and the nobility. It's you and me as well. There are still people willing to cry for them. We don't have too much time. But if I'm still king to you, then let me give an order, just this once. Dagda, Knight of the Tower. Salute these men, who held their glorious banner high even after they were betrayed. Salute them as a knight would, on our behalf.
"30, 31, 32. So many suits of armor. They all died here."
Her gaze sweeps over each and every suit of unmoving armor. She salutes them one by one, even though those within died years ago. Even though she is holding a strange metal claw rather than a ceremonial sword, she performs the proper rites in accordance with tradition. You're a knight too.
I was. I used to be a Knight of Victoria, just like them. A Knight of the Tower.
Many see it as no more than a noble title.
Yes, we've had no one left to defend ever since His Majesty left us. Silly, isn't it? A bunch of pompous knights guarding an empty palace. All of us, as we stood upon the tower, knew that the palace behind us was empty. We would only see lights coming from the city in front of us.
I heard you're the heir to somebody important. Well, it sounds like being a Knight of the Tower isn't a particular attractive job.
My mother was a Countess of Manchester. But all my family has left is a lonely manor in the bordered city.
Your mother loved you. She left you with a backup plan. She thought that you would be safe with the Knights of the Tower, without a king to protect.
My master told me that a king would return, and the Knights of the Tower would wipe away their shame. Until the Sarkaz army smashed open the doors of the tower with their weapons.
The Sarkaz didn't do anything to the palace, at least not openly. They didn't want to give anyone excuses. But they couldn't tolerate the existence of the Knights of the Tower.
We tried. The bulk of the Knights of the Tower went with His Majesty. All that was left was a few Master Knights and a bunch of self-exiled pariahs. But we tried. We'd brought shame upon ourselves once. We couldn't do it again.
You weren't born when the old Lion King was hanged. Huh? Don't put this burden on yourself.
But I swore an oath. I was one of them, even without the king's blessing. They tricked me. They decided that I was to live before they made their final charge. Master Finn was seriously injured when he sent me out of the tower. I could see blood seeping from under his armor. I had never seen such an expression on his face. He said it was liberation. He said it was an end to regret and guilt. An end to long years of ignoble existence. Never asked what I wanted. I wanted to die with them.
Life can't be so easily thrown away. Dying is simple. All it takes is one bolt, one thrust of a blade, one infected wound, one tiny little piece of active originium. Living is hard. Living is a constant struggle against the feeling that dying is a way out. You've walked a long road and made good friends. You didn't let your elders down. You did well.
The veteran mercenary pats Dagda's shoulders. It's the touch of a stranger. It reminds her of the warmth of her long-dead comrades. How their palms gently touched her head and shoulders like this, time and again. She never had the chance to mourn them, all those years away from Londinium. The war is not over. It is not yet time to reminisce. But as she gazes upon the broken arm of the Steam Knights, while the memories of the last battle of the Knights of the Tower gush to the surface, she does not understand. Why is the end always like this, when there are so many people who love this land? Why must heroes fade away quietly in the dark? Why are they never triumphant? She can't take it anymore.
Cry if you need to. The elders can't see you with me standing here.
The suits of armor remain silent around them. You look nervous, Aladale. Do I? I wonder, how do you feel about the Steam Knights? They couldn't stop what happened 26 years ago.
I don't know. I don't really care.
Someone by the name of Gawain told me there was no Steam Knights in Londinium at the time. Parliament sent them away. But they did nothing when they returned. What do you think then, Aladale? I could tell you really revere the Steam Knights.
Revere? I don't know if I could say that.
Just thinking, Sir Charles Lynch was the last Steam Knight to be knighted during His Majesty's reign. There were no new Steam Knights in the 2 decades following.
Was it a warning?
Or the price of a struggle that no one knows about? Did the dukes have their blades pointed at each other's throats? Perhaps the betrayal had already started by then. I can't imagine what kind of slow death it must have been.
Victoria killed itself.
The voices mutter in protest. Siege pretends not to hear, and repeats calmly but strongly.
Victoria killed itself with its own greed, ambition, and desire.
Will you wipe the slate clean, Your Royal Highness Alexandrina? The voices fall silent. They are waiting for an answer too. I'll do what I must.
So the knights got betrayed. It's always some internal corruption, isn't it? Always. Always. Well, anyways. I think I'm gonna call it there for today. It's 11:42, yeah. Be back with some more on Saturday, I guess? Do a little bit more. I don't know how much longer I have left. But I think I don't have too much left, right? I don't know. It's story, so story could be really long compared to how many maps I have left. So I'll go through some more on Saturday, and then we can jump to some Lost Judgment Tojo Clan first time. Yeah, I'm gonna call it there for today, guys. Thanks guys for watching. Thanks anyone who happens to be watching. Thanks Ivan for joining me. Anyone else happens to be here. I will see you guys on Saturday, if not next week. Alright.